Youth Awards 2023 are celebrating the excellence of Trinidad and Tobago's youth. Joining us in studio this morning for a conversation is Sherry Ann Ramlal, Youth Officer 3 and Chair of the National Youth Awards Committee. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm blessed. Thank you very much.
I love it. It's a pleasure to have you with us this morning, Sherry Ann, to have this conversation.
It's my pleasure to be here.
We've seen this advertised. You open your paper, you say, okay, if you want to nominate somebody, and all these different things come up. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the National Youth Awards, let's start at the top. Tell us a little bit about the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service.
All right. So the Ministry of Youth Development is a recently established ministry. It was established in August of 2020. I would say that we are still in the toddler phase, and there is rapid growth taking place.
Lovely.
Our main objectives are really to promote the youth development agenda and developmental opportunities for young people throughout Trinidad and Tobago, our youth population. Also, we provide and create opportunities for entrepreneurial activities, as well as focusing on promoting national development.
It must be a very enriching experience to be a part of this.
It is very, very fulfilling.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about the National Youth Awards. As I mentioned in the beginning, we've seen it all over social media. We've seen it in the papers. You hear also Pocket speaking about it, but we need to know exactly what the National Youth Awards is about. All
right. So the National Youth Awards this year will be celebrating our 27th edition.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically, it was inaugurated to commemorate International Youth Day. And also to celebrate and recognize young people for their excellence in various spheres of achievement, right? We also utilize the opportunity to validate and recognize young people in various spheres, and I will get into the various categories shortly.
And that is something that is so important, validating our youth as well, to show them that, they are worthy. And there is so much that can be done, not just for themselves and community, but for the country on a wider scale as well. So we appreciate that recognition. So tell us a little bit about the categories of the 2023 National Youth Awards.
All right. So we do have a few categories. I'll start with the individual awards. The individual awards are for two age groupings. So we have the 10 to 17 as well as the 18 to 35.
Okay.
And those categories are in the spheres of agriculture, arts and culture, entrepreneurship, youthful resilience, leadership and advocacy, learning and academia, social media influencer, as well as sport.
Coming up with the time, social media influencer, wonderful.
Yes, we do have individual and open awards as well, group awards as well as special awards. I can probably get a little bit into the group awards. So the group awards are for those youth-led and youth-serving organizations and other organizations, who have been practicing positive youth development.
Okay.
And those categories are arts and culture, environmental sustainability and preservation, outstanding youth organization, a model youth development program, as well as youth service and humanitarianism.
So there's definitely a wide scope.
Yes, so we do have 5 categories for group awards.
Wonderful. So that's group awards, but there are individual awards as well, is that correct?
Yes, so I got into the individual awards, the 10 to 17 and 18 to 35. We do have open categories as well.
Okay.
So those open categories are for persons 18 to 35. So that's called an open category, and focus is placed here on the categories of health and wellness, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, technical vocational skills, youth service and humanitarianism.
So how does somebody get nominated for the National Youth Awards?
All right. So first of all, you have to be a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
You must not have won an award within the last 5 years. That would be from 2018 to 2022.
When you say award, you mean a National Youth Award?
A National Youth Award, yes. And yes, you can go to our ministry's website at www.mydns.gov.tt, and we do have all the information well packaged for you to fill out a nomination form.
So you can nominate somebody else?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. And when are the Youth Awards taking place?
The Youth Awards is scheduled to take place on the 21st of September.
Okay, so there's still time to nominate those if you
There's
wish.
a lot of time to nominate. Nominations close on the 13th of August at midnight,
Okay.
promptly at midnight.
Nominations
yes.
are online?
Yes, nominations. Yes, utilizing an online platform.
Wonderful. So what winnings do these National Youth Awardees receive? Is this something we were going to share, or do we keep it a secret?
Yes, we can definitely share some of the information. Similar to previous years. iPads, we are looking at unit trust vouchers, and also a letter of recognition, from the ministry.
That's fantastic as well.
And of course, your award
actual-
plaque, yes.
Wonderful. So what is expected of these winners, though? Because, normally after you win something, there's, you get the recognition, but you go out and you give back in some way. Is that something you expect of National Youth Award winners?
Yes. Well, they would have already proven excellence in their various spheres.
Correct.
And what we would try to do as a ministry is engage them into our outreach programs so that they would be sharing information with other young persons who are on the ground, who are already enrolled in some of our programs, because we do have a number of programs that are currently being implemented. So we are going to engage those young persons to share and interact with other young people at various programs and outreach.
You mentioned a number of programs that are available. Where can we get more information about these programs? And could you briefly just share what they cover? Some of them?
Some of the programs, I can name quite a few. We have the YAP program, which is the Youth Agricultural Homestead program. We have, I'm sure you all are very familiar with the 40 Under 40 program,
Of course,
with our
our very
positive
own.
youth development influencers. We have something called the All Set program, where we focus on heavy machinery operations training. The CRISP, which is air conditioning, domestic air conditioning and refrigeration program. There's also the DRIVE program. DRIVE would tell you it's auto mechanics. So we go from the very the manual model into the automatic, hybrid, and even electric model. We also have
You have a lot.
national leadership training.
So the list goes on. Where can we
And
get
the-
more information?
At our ministry's website, www.mydns.gov.tt. You can also reach us via telephone at 612-9367. We have a very vibrant social media platform. So Instagram and Facebook, MyDNSTT.
Wonderful. Do
Yes.
you have any final words for your viewing audience this morning before we close?
Oh, yes, definitely. Nominate, nominate, nominate. We want to encourage all stakeholders, all youth, to participate in this particular edition of National Youth Awards. We want to invite and encourage youth in rural communities, our urban youth, youth in special circumstances, youth at school, the unattached youth, youth in youth-led and youth-serving organizations, service organizations, sporting clubs, faith-based organizations, CBOs, NGOs, all youth to participate. Nominate, nominate, nominate.
Nominate, definitely. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and looking forward to seeing the National Youth Awards in September, correct?
September the 21st.
September the 21st. Trinidad and Tobago and the world viewing. We just spoke with Sherry Ann Ramlal talking about the National Youth Awards that's taking place in September. So nominate somebody. I'm sure you know somebody who definitely has made a difference. Stay tuned. Coming up in a short while, guess what? Now is kind of going to St. Kitts. We'll be back in a few moments.